Hey guys, this is Coach Bill at Weight Loss Made Easy Solution. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday today. Okay, guys, more of a serious topic today. All of you are familiar, I'm sure. You all are of what's going on today with this COVID-19. Now, as a health consultant, or those of you out there that may think as a health coaches or the medical professionals out there, as a health consultant, our objective is to educate the public on health and by bringing them the true facts. Those of you that follow me know that I like to always follow up with what I say with science. Um, my job for my online personal coaching clients is to educate them with whatever new science is coming up. As a health consultant, our objective also is to do continual education so that we can bring the facts to you guys. Our job also is not to say stay secret and not to inform you of what's going on out there as far as when it comes to health, when it comes to preventing diseases or preventing viruses or preventing certain bacteria, like MRSA, stuff like that, to flesh eating diseases like that, and giving you the facts on preventing those things, and if you do have them, how to go after the root cause. That's our job. Now, guys, I'm not a doctor. Honestly, I don't want to have that in front of my name because I do not want to be under the AMA. Anything that I educate people about as far as health is an accumulation of what I've learned over 40 years. I've got a lot of experience under my belt. I refer to a lot of science to show what I'm saying. In fact, is proof. You guys know that follow me know I do that. So like I said, I'm not prescribing anything to you guys. All Emily and I do is we just want to educate you guys on the true facts so that you'll be guided in the right direction. It's up to you guys to research it yourself or actually go in and look at some of the research that I've posted on these YouTube channels. Now, just like I've done in the past, I'm actually going to be doing a blog post on this because there's a lot of science on what I'm about to say. And so I want to post those science research sites on my blog post. And I'll put the blog post in the description section of this YouTube. You can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, or you can go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page and join it. And I'm actually going to put this particular one in the downloads so you can also see it. But guys, this is very very important because for some reason the American public just isn't getting it. And for the last, I would say 3 to 5 months or longer, I mean, even before all this COVID thing started, the health professionals or the medical professionals have been on the news media during the COVID-19 briefings, not only with President Trump, but with other media stations. And what's the most common topic they talk about people who actually, if they contract COVID-19 or how to prevent COVID-19? What's the most common thing they talk about? And guys, it's really not that hard, but the most common factor is a depressed immune system. Those people out there that are having some major issues when they have contracted COVID-19, most all of them have some kind of an underlying disease that's causing the issue. And the biggest, and the root cause to that is inflammation. Okay, so if your body is so acidic and your body is consumed with inflammation, then you are going to have issues with many diseases, not only cancer or type 2 diabetes or obesity or fatty liver or anything like that, but many other diseases. Doctors now know that all diseases, all diseases have one thing in common, is inflammation. I'm going to say it again. Doctors now know that all diseases have something in common, and that's inflammation. And guys, you have to understand that in today's environment, the American public is has a massive amount of inflammation in their bodies due to the environmental toxins, due to the toxic chemicals in all the foods that most of you are eating. And the biggest one of all is going to be the water you're drinking. You know, I mean, this is not a secret. You guys are drinking, and I've posted many articles and media documentaries and science research that's showing how contaminated bottled water is. And that all boils down to causing the body to be acidic, which is causing inflammation. And the inflammation is causing what the scientists and what the medical professionals are talking about on the media during these COVID-19 briefings on the people that have certain underlying diseases and why so many are dying from that. And guys, you know, the top medical issues that these doctors are talking about, and they kind of go back and forth on where they're listed, 1, 2, or 3, or you know, so forth. But last week, the last thing I saw on there, they were talking about pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes as being up in the top 1 and 2, and they go back and forth. They also show that in the top of the list is obesity. You got pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes is causing inflammation. Obesity causing inflammation. Heart conditions and blood issues and many others are the root cause is inflammation. But the one that I think they need to put at the very top is a dysfunctional immune system. That's where it all starts right there. It starts with a dysfunctional immune system. Science is always also explaining that you cannot cure any disease with medication. It's not going to happen. It's your own immune system. Now, guys, you have to understand that there's a couple of things that are happening out there that's causing massive amounts of the American public, and I'll give you a figure that I brought up. A massive amount of American public is have chronically inflammation, which is causing them to be acceptable to the COVID-19 virus, which is causing them to be more or having an underlying issue if they do get it. And guys, the one thing that I notice of all the years that I've been involved in the health professional as a health consultant, when asking asking people questions, and the major root cause, which I think should be at the very top, the major root cause, because see, that's the only way you're going to be able to reverse whatever medical issue you have, is you got to go after the root cause. See, doctors don't do that. They subscribe and they go after the symptoms. That's not how it works. And a lot of doctors are now seeing that, and a lot of the doctors are they're looking at the root cause and they're saying, okay, we have to figure out what the root cause is first before we can actually reverse the issue, which is what they're thinking now. And science is also following that same pattern. But guys, one of the top causes of inflammation is called chronic dehydration. And I've learned over the years by asking questions on how much water do you drink per day? And that doesn't mean you can't drink juices. Juices don't count. Eating vegetables with water in it doesn't count. Eating watermelons, that doesn't count. Actual glasses of water, and I will have to tell you, most of them don't drink near enough water. Let me tell you, water is the essence of life. That you can't. Okay, let's put it this way. What's number one? If you can't breathe, if you don't breathe air, you die. Isn't that correct? That should be number one. What do you think number two is? Well, is water. How long can your body last without water? Now, we know that food, you can fast for over 40 days without food. But do you think you can last without water for 40 days? Absolutely not, because what's going to happen? You're going to be chronically dehydrated, okay? So chronic dehydration is one of the root, I would have to say it's way up there for causing the body to have inflammation. But a lot of health professionals and health coaches, they don't talk about the seriousness of how serious chronic dehydration is. So what I did, guys, is I Googled chronic dehydration and what is the percentage of Americans that are actually chronically dehydrated. And guys, I think this number is low, but it's still pretty high. I think it's more, because from my experience and the questions I've been asking, I think more people are dehydrated than they realize. So what Google says is that 75% of the Americans are chronically dehydrated. So what they did was they actually did a survey on thousands of Americans, and that's how they came up with this. Now, on my blog post, I'll have the attachment here of how they came up with this. Okay, so now what does all this have in common? Well, science knows that all diseases, like I said, I'm going to say it again. Sorry, science knows that all diseases are caused by inflammation of the body. Another word for it actually is, you can Google this if you want, is going to be oxidative stress. Okay, so chronic dehydration causes oxidative stress. And if you Google it, oxidative stress causes the body to be acidic, which again causes inflammation. But the problem is that our environment has gotten so bad with toxic chemicals in the air you're breathing, it's causing oxidative stress, which is causing inflammation. But one of the biggest issues, guys, and I'm going to say it clearly, and you must listen to me, because this is how easily your body can get inflammation, and how easy, it doesn't take long. But science, researchers, the news media, they've been planting this in your brains for a while, and you're just not getting it. Your water that you're drinking is so toxic that in a short amount of time, it's going to cause you to be acidic, which is going to cause inflammation. This, like I said, this is no secret, you guys. You can go to my YouTube channels, look at toxic waters. I put documentary. I mean, one of the World Health Organization did actually research, and the researchers found how toxic bottled water is. Now, they found that 93%, if not more, of the bottled water out there have plastic particles. Well, guys, if your body is 75% water, your brain is around 80% water, your blood is about 75% water, how in the world does it make sense to be drinking water with plastic particles in it that could cause the body to be very acidic. And not only the plastic particles, but guys, science, I mean, it's been telling you about the contaminants, all the different, like what, the 200,000 different contaminants that can be found in water. I mean, it's this, like I said, it's not me. I'm not the one that's telling you this. It's actually science has been telling us this for a long time. Now, I've actually posted many times the actual research done by the scientists where they actually show you in the microscope. They put the bottled water in a microscope and they actually showed you where the water had plastic particles. Well, the crazy thing is, in that same media or in that same that news media that did the research with these scientists, they also took some bottled water, certain ones, I don't know, remember the name of them, and they could actually visually see little plastic particles floating around in the plastic water or in the bottled water. So here we have COVID-19, and we have the doctors are saying that one of the top, if not the top, reasons why people are having so much issue or so many issues with this COVID-19 is a depressed immune system, which is causing inflammation of the body. So what you're doing is not only are you drinking your half a gallon or gallon of water a day that's in a bottle of water or tap water that is toxic to your body, and then on top of that, you're slamming yourself with toxic contamination in your food because you're eating processed food or you're eating the American diet. So not only are you drinking water with toxic chemicals, you're also eating food with toxic chemicals. And so how in the world is your immune system going to keep up with that? Well, that's the issue. It can't. Okay? And besides, the water is so toxic, it is not able to hydrate you efficiently at the cellular level at all. You know, this is all bad news, right? And so you're probably thinking, well, where do I get the water? I mean, what kind of water should I be drinking? You know, and that's a great question, because if somebody asks me, okay, Bill, if I don't have a certain water that's designed to flush out inflammation or acts like a very powerful antioxidant, and I'm out driving around, what is the best water I could buy at a store or at a health food store or at a liquor store? Guys, I honestly can't give you an answer to that because there isn't any. Period. They're all bad. Every single one of them bad. You guys that go down to the Carlsbad, what they call the alkaline water down there, that's all bad. We tested it. I got a video on that. We tested that. Those of you that are buying the Carlsbad water that's supposed to be alkaline at Costco, it's crap. It's toxic. Those of you that are going to a health food store and spending all that money on alkaline water, you're wasting your money. It's not going to hydrate you at the cellular level efficiently. And it's in a bottle of water. It's in plastic bottles anyway, okay? So guys, I actually put 2 of the videos that show the researchers testing the water. I also put on there the news media that did their investigation of the toxic river waters that are so toxic, it's changing. The estrogen levels are so high in these river waters because that's an issue. Most of your water you're drinking is very high in estrogen. They have found over a couple years of researching that fish are changing sex because of it. Okay? I also put down on there what the Mayo Clinic dangers of dehydration is. And so I Googled something. I just decided to Google this about hydration, and does hydration with the proper water have an effect on inflammation? It says proper hydration also adds an anti-inflammatory process. Water, in other words, adequate hydration with the proper water is key in living healthy lifestyle and warding off inflammation diseases. That's what Google says. And they have there, such as heart disease. So this was written in March 23rd of 2018. So what science is telling us is that there's a good news. And the good news is there is water out there that is designed to flush out inflammation with every glass of water you drink. It's been around for centuries, but because of our environment, we've ruined the water. And the water is known, the scientific name of this water is known as molecular hydrogen H2. You guys have heard me talk about it. I call it hydrogen-rich water. Now, this water is produced, the Russians actually figured it out, and I think it was in the 1700s. The Japanese came around here, and they're very, very, very high in science research, way above us, and they figured it out that they can take what the Mother Nature produced naturally, because you can Google Lourdes, France, and put in there magic water, and this hydrogen-rich water is coming right out of the ground. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of people holding plastic bottle containers, getting that water out of a cave. So, like I said, it is still around here, but you guys aren't drinking it. But anyway, the Japanese figured out how to develop a electrolysis device that will actually take the city water that you're drinking out of your tap and convert it into hydrogen-rich water, because the conversion is just like it's been done in nature for centuries. Is the lightning bolts is causing, when it strikes the earth, causing the earth to be electrical. You guys know the earth has got a lot of electricity. When the water is going up and down the rocks in the ground, that's changing the structure of the water into hydrogen-rich water. Well, the Japanese figured out how to do that, and they call it lightning bolt in a box. So they're taking your tap water, getting the contaminants out of it, and they're restructuring the water with electricity to make it hydrogen-rich water, or what they call molecular hydrogen H2. And I've also put my top science research on showing the benefits of what happens when you change your water and how it changes your life. Remember that phrase, change your water will change your life. So I Googled molecular hydrogen H2 just for you guys, and I put what it says. And it says here, molecular hydrogen H2, this is not me, this is Google. Molecular hydrogen H2 is a naturally occurring molecule constructed of two hydrogen atoms. Being the smallest molecule allows H2 to spread throughout the human body cells in tissues. Okay, that's the key factor. The smallest molecule. The water you guys are drinking will never, ever hydrate you efficiently, because the molecules are toxic and they're too big. When the water has gone through the electrolysis process, it is reconstructed to be much, much smaller, and then it turns into molecular hydrogen H2, which acts like a very, very powerful antioxidant, which is known by science to flush out inflammation. Pretty simple. Okay, if you're drinking the amount of water that you're supposed to be drinking every single day, do you think maybe that you're supposed to be drinking a gallon a day at least, minimum of a half a gallon? And if that water is structured in a way where it's the smallest molecule on the planet and it's actually flushing out inflammation, and you're drinking that much water, does it make sense that would be the simplest way to get you on the road to health and to get your body into more of a alkaline environment, which is known by science as the healthiest environment you can possibly be in? Yeah, of course it is. But no, you guys don't know about this stuff. And nobody's telling you. And that's why it's my job to get on here in the social media portion of this and spread the word. But it's your job to actually look at the science that I'm posting on here that proves that this is true. And I say, your doctors can't deny. I mean, doctors are going to tell you you're full of crap. But they can't deny this because this is on their own research sites. Okay, and that's why I have to post it. Now, that same Google information, this is what else they said. That hydrogen water claims it has health benefits such as functioning as an antioxidant. What's the number one food for boosting an immune system? Antioxidants. What's the number one food in healing a sick gut, which I would have to say 90% of you out there have a sick gut because of what you're eating. You're so contaminated and you're so acidic and there's so much inflammation in your gut. That's why so many Americans have gut issues. It's all because your gut is sick. But you got 80% of your immune system is in your freaking gut. Okay, so if you're drinking molecular hydrogen H2 on a daily basis in multiple glasses, then what are you doing to your gut? You're healing it with antioxidants that's going to feed the immune system. Doesn't this all make sense? It has to. But yet, most of you are going to blow this off and say that's a bunch of hogwash. You can't deny science, guys. You can't deny, and it's been around for decades. We've ruined it. I put 4 or 5 science research sites here that shows how molecular hydrogen H2 is designed to flush out inflammation. Those of you that are old timers like me, if you have some kind of arthritis issue, there you go. You want to solve that issue and flush out your inflammation, which that is what arthritis is. Start drinking molecular hydrogen H2. Can't buy it in the store. Won't happen. It will not happen. By the way, again, not all electrolysis devices are the same. You have to be drinking the water out of a device that is certified here in the United States, that is safe to drink, and the company that I've got my machine from is the only one that is certified to be safe to drink. So if you want to know more about that, you just got to message me. Okay, so real quick before I'll close this off, if you ever hear of somebody that tells you, change your water, change your life, basically, hopefully they're the ones that know about molecular hydrogen because science is saying, it's a fact, science is saying this, that molecular hydrogen H2 will promote a healthier immune system and benefits with most all diseases because it has the ability to flush out inflammation. It has the ability, because of the structure of the water, the molecules are so small, it has the ability to hydrate you at the cellular level so you are no longer chronically dehydrated. Those of you that are 50 over, you guys are, most of you, if not all of you, are chronically dehydrated because you are older and you're not drinking enough water. So the ratio for the water is, you really want to see the scientific health benefits to drinking molecular hydrogen H2 or hydrogen-rich water, drink a gallon a day. If you got some kind of a medical issue, drink a gallon a day. Okay? So guys, I hope some of you saw some value in this. I mean, even only if 2 or 3 people take a look at this or message me because they want to know more about the electrolysis device that we have, that's great. You might want to pass this on to your friends and family members because, like I said, we can't keep this a secret. This is something that's so vital to understand about overall health, and you got to start somewhere. And what's the simplest and fastest way to get your body into a healthy environment is by changing the type of water you're drinking. But it has to have molecular hydrogen H2 in it. You guys, all of you that are buying bottled water at health food stores or Costco, or you're going to get water at the Carlsbad plant where they say it's alkaline, it's all hogwash. You're wasting your money. There is no molecular hydrogen H2 in it. Okay, we can test the water and we can prove that. Okay, so guys, like I said, you can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it. You'll see more videos about hydrogen-rich water. Also go to my Weight Loss Media Solution Facebook group page. I will actually post this video in that page. and it'll be in the downloads, so you can download it and look at the science yourself. Okay, guys? So guys, change your water, change your life. We'll see you guys at the next video.